Alrighty, YouTube, I am at a little bit of a standstill on the back end here. I'm waiting for a Heim joint kit to come in for these two links so that I can make my links to the frame so I have a way to locate my knuckles. Knuckles? I think they're called knuckles. And I need to wait for those to come in and finish those before I can do the shocks, because I don't want to do the shocks without knowing exactly where this is going to sit. So for now, I have actually moved on to the front end, which I had just jacked up and took the wheels off. That's all that's happened here. Allow me to share some of my frustrations with you. Basically what I'm gonna be doing today, or at least gonna be trying to do, is to mock up the engine and the trans together. A, to see how the clutch and flywheel is gonna work, and B, to get them in here so I can make a trans cross member and engine mounts to fit the boat engine. The main issue that I'm dealing with here are these two motor mounts that are on the frame. Now, S10s are notorious for these things being incredibly difficult to remove. But let me show you something. That's not an impact, that's a drill. Grab the old impact and let it rip. Huh. No. In the S10s, these bolts go through the frame with a nut on the back that's not welded. In the Blazers and the Jimmies, they have a little pad that the motor mounts sit on, and they're threaded. The bolts thread into that pad. So the only way to get those bolts out, in theory, is to crawl under here. And I don't even think you can see this. Oh my God, you can't. You barely can. Okay, through the spring there. There it is, right there. You see that bolt? I think that's the top bolt, and I don't know if you can tell, I can't even see the bottom one. For some god-awful mother-fucking reason, in the trucks, like I said, not the Blazers, they made these through bolts and they didn't weld them. They expect you to either somehow get a wrench up in there to get them out, or drop your control arm and coil completely to get in there to get those bolts out. Why? Turns out you can actually get on that top bolt up there like I showed you with extensions straight. And you can see, come on here, it's just a 3/8 ratchet. I have gotten that bolt to turn a little bit. So I think I can get that one out. Oh my God, why is it so tight though? You can't see, but I am reefing on this bolt. Let's give you a sense of how tight this actually is. Oh my God, I might snap that. Oh shit. Holy. There's one. Oh, the nut did come out with it. There is nothing designed to stop that. Oh, it's a stover. That's a lock nut. That's not designed to loosen. Why wouldn't they weld them in the frame? Oh God, I hate GM. That's kind of good news. One of them is out. How are you meant to get that? So I got this one, came through here. Can you get at that one? Oh my God, there's no access. What a lot of people will do is they'll cut a little access hole in the cross member to get a wrench in, but I don't want to be that destructive. Or I mean, I could just cut the bolt. I'm not going to reuse it because this is a joke. All right, after staring at it for a while, I have decided to go destructive because I don't really care and I just need them out. So let's just cut them. Factory mounts are now off. I can give these a cleaning. The frames are kind of dual pattern to fit the 4-cylinder mounts and the V6 style mounts. So this was the passenger side mount. It's really not that strong. I mean, like, it works for a 4-cylinder that makes 89 horsepower. This is gonna be putting out a lot more than that. Like, I'm hoping in the 300 range. I bought these 4.3 V6 style mounts, and you can see that these do in fact line up to all the other holes that are there. I think to make my life way easier, I think I'm going to widen all of these holes, get some nuts down in there or some thick plate. Actually, 1/4-inch plate might work. I can cut this out, weld in a 1/4-inch plate, and then drill and tap. Any way I decide to do it is going to be easier than putting through bolts with nuts because I'm not dealing with that anymore. For now, I'm going to put the wheels back on, get the truck back on the ground to make my life a little easier. This might seem like way more work than it needs to be and a way more complicated solution to the problem, but I never want to have to deal with the through bolts on here again. Gorgeous. Perfect. Now I'm just gonna draw the rough shape I want to cut out here. It's literally just gonna be a big triangle, and then I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna keep the whole location proper. I have a simple idea. I don't know if it's gonna work. It makes sense in my head, but what goes on up here sometimes doesn't really work properly. All right, and then what I'm gonna do, I can make a cardboard template about the shape of this. A hole here, a hole, well, really only need two. We'll just do two. Two is fine. One there, and one there. Alrighty. This is just to ensure that the mounts are gonna be mounted in the same place they would have been in the factory frame. I don't know if it's gonna make that big of a deal. God, I don't really care. I'm taking all the precautions I need. There we go. Now I'll have some alignment dowels. There we go. I will know exactly where in the frame those holes need to be. And now we got the fancy metal melting plasma cutter set up. Whoa, that was a big one. It never usually does that. Interesting. Cut these out as precise as I can with this guy here to make nice quick work of it. Check this out. These are my fancy, they're a set of boosted shade beaters. They don't offer, you know, face protection, but eyesight is more important. They're like, I don't know, $12 shades. The lenses fell out of them, so I fitted these, I don't know how well you can tell this, with a number 9 welding shield. Nice and dark, and you know, they gave you the look. That was really dumb, I'm sorry. We're gonna cut the scary side first because there's fuel lines under there. I'm gonna take it nice and easy and just hope it works out. Make sure nothing important is on fire. I am gonna go get a bottle of water. Come on. Oh, we're good. I actually cut better than I thought it did. Beauty. All right, here's where we ended up. My camera ended up dying on me, but we are all clean now. I added a little bit of a bevel. I'm gonna go get my 1/4-inch plate, mark these out, cut them out, grind them to shape, and weld them in. Actually, it'll fit perfect. And I'll just have to cut on the white line, and we'll have tons of room. Perfect. There we go. All right. Those are fresh cut off the plasma cutter, so I'm gonna clean the slag off. I'm gonna just give a hit to the edges so they look nice. So I'm gonna do all that off camera because it's gonna take me like an hour, and then once I'm getting ready to fit them in and weld them in place, I'll come back. We got these all ground down. Yeah, a teeny little bevel to them. Nothing too special. I'm probably gonna drop this in here, aren't I? Well, we got enough of a gap that it's gonna be okay. It does look a little bit large on the gap side. It shouldn't blow through. It's some pretty thick sheet metal, so I think we'll be okay. That was weird. Let's give it a shit. Okay, I'm definitely not proud of the way that welded, but I think it's gonna be strong. Well, it's not the best work I've ever done, but it's also not the worst. This side's gonna be interesting. Anywhere it gets a little low, like right in there and kind of up there, I should grind it out and do another pass. So I'm probably just gonna grind this flat, do a nice big pass, and then grind it out completely, and we'll be good. Alrighty, there we go. Everything's welded up and ground down flush. Now I'm gonna go about marking my holes and drilling them.
When is it? Oh, I got a text. Air conditioner.
My tap ended up breaking in one of these holes. I got another one from work. I finished tapping the holes and then I added just a tiny bit of a countersink just to make my life a little easier. Now you can see these guys. Yeah, we'll go like this. Let me get some bolts. I am gonna install these with blue Loctite just so it's done and over with. And then of course there'll be lock washers on there as well, so it'll be pretty good. A lot of work just to put motor mounts on, but now if I ever need to change these, I can just lift the engine up, unbolt these from the frame and take them off versus having to go all the way in like I did. So for now, I think that's gonna be it. A little bit of a shorter one, but equally as important. So I hope you enjoyed watching that and see you next time.